Hey, welcome back guys. So today we're going to be designing a new style of pistol, at least for me anyway. It is going to be a black powdered gun. I've never built a black powdered gun before, so I'm super excited about it actually. Before we get into the design though, I do want to give a huge shout out to the Idahoan show. So he also, he's a YouTuber who also builds homemade guns, and he got a hold of me and sent me several barrels that he had made. He rifles them. I'll just show you guys real quick. Hopefully that's showing up okay. But anyway, he does his own rifling and everything, has videos on how to do homemade rifling. So I will leave the link to his channel down in the description if you guys want to check that out. He also, I don't know if some of you remembered that it was a long time ago, but the survival shotgun that I made, he kind of took that design and turned it into a pump action shotgun, and I thought it turned out really good. So anyway, check out his channel, and a huge thanks to you, man, for sending me those barrels. I am really excited to try this out. Also, before you guys sign out, check the end of the video. I got some pretty awesome stuff to show you guys. So anyway, let's get to the designing of this. Alright, so first we need to open up my favorite designing software. Alright, so just real quick, I wanted to show you guys just the overall design that I was going for. It'll be a handgun that hopefully looks something like this. So obviously with it being black powdered, I'm going to be using percussion caps. So a cap will just sit right here on this little nozzle, and then you load it obviously from the barrel. Here's a little ramrod to use for that. So I'll get into the hammer mechanism and show you how that's going to work. Alright, I'll get this filled in here a little bit so it makes a little more sense. Okay, so this gray part right here is the hammer basically, and the green part is going to be the trigger. So this red circle right here, that will technically be what is inside the gun. I just colored it red so you'd actually be able to see what is happening on the inside. So basically this part right here is going to be a set screw that runs through a larger ring on this axle. So this black circle will be like the pin that goes through the gun, and then it will literally just catch right here on the sear, the trigger. And so when you pull the trigger back, it drops the front of this down, allowing the hammer to swing forward. So, and the only thing that'll activate that is just a spring. Just spring tension will want to pull this hammer down. This yellow piece here just represents a percussion cap, and this black part represents the drum and the nipple that the percussion cap sits on. Obviously this is the barrel and this is the stock. So I'll show another view sideways as if you were looking at the gun directly from the back. Okay, so again, this is the view if you're looking like directly behind the gun. This is the barrel, like looking through the pipe. So this red piece here is this piece, side view. Obviously that's the trigger. So looking at this view just kind of gives you an idea of how the parts are set inside the gun. This red piece will be the thing that catches on the sear, or the trigger in this case. Both are the same, going to be the same piece. And then the hammer is actually going to be external, out on the right hand side of the gun. It'll kind of go up, and the part that actually hits the primer will be offset a little bit. So again, this little gold circle here is the primer. And so then I just kind of drew some red lines to show what hopefully will happen with the blast of the primer. This 90-degree angle here, I'm going to use a 90-degree grease arc and drill out the little bearing in there so it's hollow all the way through. So when you set the cap on there and it goes off, the blast should go through here. Obviously I'm going to have to drill and tap a little hole in the side of the barrel, but then that cap should be able to set off the gunpowder that is packed into the back of this barrel right here. So Cool thing about black powders is they're actually really simple design. This shouldn't actually take me that long to build at all, so really excited about it. Okay, and then also real quick, this is just the barrel, just to kind of give you an idea of what it would look like loaded. The orientation of this little primer piece right here isn't quite right, but it is turned to kind of give you an idea of what it looks like. So again, the yellow piece here is the primer. When it goes off, hopefully the blast follows around that corner, and this would all be powder. And so just a quick note about this powder, I'm actually going to be using Pyrodex. It's basically a black powder substitute. It says it's the FFFG equivalent. So that will actually be the powder that I use, or propellant is what it says. And the yellow would be like a wadding that you'd stuff down, and then the round red is the bullet or the ball. And this would be like the ramrod to kind of pack it in tight. So you want to pack it in tight because the powder will burn better if it's somewhat compressed. Alright guys, anyway, so yep, I am super excited to build this. I think it'll be pretty fun to shoot. So I kind of was going for the old school, like Kentucky style pistol. It will have sights, and oh, I didn't mention, so the Idahoan show, he built these barrels in 50 caliber. So like I said, this is the first time I'm gonna be trying to build a black powder. So if any of you guys have built one before, if there's any tips that you want to give me, I'd appreciate that. Just let me know in the comments. And before we wrap this video up, like I said, I got something pretty cool to show you guys. Boom, got some merch finally. Took me forever to come up with this design. I'll give you guys a close-up. No, but so it's just AK Custom Firearms. The eagle obviously represents our country. The 1911 represents firearms, obviously, and the Second Amendment. It has a Bible, Holy Bible over here, so represents God the Father, the Word, and life's map, where to go, where not to go, and how to get there. And then down at the bottom, this chain, broken chain, so that just represents the freedoms that we have in this country. So anyway, these are gonna be available at our online store. Also, if you guys are interested, that 4-way chessboard that I built, I did a video on it a few times back. That's gonna be available if you guys like chess. And also check this out. Have these nice little 8x11 picture frames. But on the inside, top hinges up, you can store a gun inside. But keep in mind, this does not lock closed. I didn't want people to have to finagle trying to find the key or whatever. So it does take a little effort to actually pop the door open. So if you'd like to support my channel, you can check out our online store. The link will be in the description. My Patreon page will also be down there. And don't forget to check out the Idahoan show. Like I said, I'll leave the link to his channel in the description also. So thanks guys for watching. I'm really excited to get started on this build. That'll be the next video. Show you guys how I build it, and we'll see you later.